Let's talk about Star Fox for the Nintendo Switch 2. There is a lot of information to go over. If you missed the Nintendo Direct, or the Star Fox Direct, I should say, Nintendo out of nowhere just said, hey, look, in a few moments, we're going to reveal this game for the Nintendo Switch 2. And it's a brand new Star Fox. But it's a Star Fox that's a remake of Star Fox 64, which is kind of like a re-thingy of the original Super Nintendo Star Fox, which is also like completely different from each other when you play the games. But this one's also going to be different from Star Fox 64 because it's going to have a bunch of added cutscenes, new modes, challenges, all sorts of stuff. So it's very interesting. There's a lot of different, I would say, opinions on one way or the other when it comes to the look of the game. Very realistic looking type of game that, in my opinion at least, kind of harkens back to the realistic style puppets that they showed in the original Star Fox, because they were going for a gritty, realistic look by just using puppets, not by using graphics or rendering, because it was like 1993 or something like that. Whereas you look at the most recent Star Fox games, they're all more stylized in a certain type of way. And of course, the movie with Star Fox in there, with the Mario Galaxy movie, completely different look than what we have right here. So there's definitely opinions on both sides, but we've got the full breakdown of information. I want to go over that with you guys, in addition to some new information and some thoughts from across the web. Nate the Hate, he has something that I want to get to, in addition to some new updates that were not in the Star Fox Direct. So I want to get into all of that. But before we continue on, we are giving away a Nintendo Switch 2. All you have to do to enter is hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed, and drop a comment below. We are giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 once we hit 150,000 subscribers, and it will be random. So the more that you actually comment and interact, the better chance that you have to win. Hit that like button, click that notification bell, and let's go ahead and jump right back into it. So a modernized adventure, Star Fox is based on the Star Fox 64 game and features a complete visual overhaul that takes full advantage of the power and performance of the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Explore diverse planets and the insides of the nebula within the Lilat system, from the vibrant world of Corneria to the desolate, polluted oceans of Zones. There are all new cinematic cutscenes featuring fully voiced dialogue and never before seen mission briefings between stages, where you can learn even more about the characters and the worlds that make up the Star Fox universe. Intense space combat. Hop into your R-Wing, a high-performance aerospace fighter, and use laser blasts to take down opposing forces. You can also brake in mid-air to get enemies off your tail, no pun intended, deploy a boost for added thrust, or do a somersault, and, of course, pull off barrel rolls to defend against incoming fire. New and returning game modes. Star Fox features a variety of different modes, including campaign mode. Travel to a wide variety of planets, navigate through asteroid fields, and engage in free-flying dogfights. Choose between easy or normal difficulty at the start and hone your skills to earn all the medals needed to unlock the expert setting. The objectives you complete, foes you defeat, and other actions you take can alter your route and what you can do in each stage. Taking different routes can also affect the stages you encounter on your path through the system, so there's always a reason to revisit each mission. Challenge mode. Replay stages you've cleared and take on a variety of new objectives and challenges, some of which you won't find in campaign mode. Challenges are available in either normal or expert difficulty settings. Battle mode. Gather up your crew to compete in all new 4 versus 4 dogfights with up to 8 players divided between Team Star Fox and Team Wolf. This mode features 3 stages with different objectives. Secure control of a designated zone on Corneria, collect energy crystals on Pachina, or retrieve cargo from space pirates in Sector Y. Join team battles online via private matches or match with players from near and far. With Game Share, up to 4 players can take to the skies locally or online through Game Chat. While Game Share Online is only available for Nintendo Switch 2 systems, local Game Share allows sharing of compatible games with both Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems. You also have additional Nintendo Switch 2 features here. Joy-Con 2 mouse controls. If you are playing the game solo in campaign mode and or challenge mode, you can swap seamlessly between button and mouse controls with the Nintendo Switch 2 controller. The mouse control feature allows for intuitive aiming, and if a friend joins in, either on the same system or through Game Share via Game Chat, they can assume gunner duties while you focus on flying, or vice versa. game chat character avatars, and AR filters appear as Fox McCloud or any of his crew while chatting with friends using the interactive avatar that mirrors your expressions and movements in game chat with the game's AR filters. You can also add a pair of Star Fox-like ears or a Falco-inspired beak that moves when you talk. Are you ready to blast off for Canaria and save the Lilat system? Squad up for Star Fox on the Nintendo Switch 2 June 25th. So that is the new information that Nintendo went over, pretty much all of the information that they talked about when it comes to Star Fox. And yes, to me at least, I'm a huge Star Fox 64 fan, and yes, this is definitely a number of times that they've released the game. We do have some exaggeration from people online. Really, there hasn't been any true remake of the game outside of the original Star Fox 64 being more of a retelling or remake-ish thingy of the original Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. Everything else is kind of weird or just a normal release when it comes to like a Wii U release or virtual console. Star Fox Zero is a reimagining with vastly different controls and obviously graphics very different. But yes, I personally would have loved to see them do a original new story, new campaign, gameplay modes, and all of that. I 100% get it from people looking at it from that standpoint, and I also get it from people thinking, oh, I would have liked an animated type of look. We just have a lot of cartoon and animated style of games already on the Nintendo Switch 2 from Nintendo, like Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza. There's already a plethora of those. Having something more gritty and realistic looking to me, I think fits a bit better considering we already have a number of games that are definitely stylized in cartoon already. Splatoon Raiders, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. There's so many already on the system. It's cool to see something visually striking and different, even if you don't like all of the designs with the characters and everything. But personally, me, I think it looks awesome. Once again, it kind of harkens back to what I feel what they were trying to kind of portray with the original Star Fox on the Super Nintendo, and that's just kind of my opinion, but I know that people do feel differently about it. But you're going to be inside of a plane most of the time, but I do think that for me at least, at first it was a bit jarring, a little bit, but then it also looked incredibly impressive as well, because no other Star Fox game has even came close to looking this good. Star Fox Assault, GameCube. Star Fox Zero, Wii U, but a lot of power was diverted to use on the gamepad, so the game's graphics were not anything super crazy or anything like that, especially compared to this. This looks significantly better overall with the game. So interesting when it comes to that. But I want to get into something that Mr. Nate the Hate had to say, because I found it fascinating. I love this tweet that Nate put up, because it's just kind of like, yeah, you guys think that I was putting out fake news, you guys think that I was lying, well, let me tell you something. And it says, Cornelia, former Army base. It's about time you showed up, Fox. People rumored you as fake news. And that's all he put. He didn't say anything else. He quote tweeted the Nintendo Star Fox Direct, and I was like, oh yeah, there you go, Nate. You got to definitely let people know, because really, he was right about everything with the game. The only thing that he was off on was he was off by about a week or so on the timing. If this would have been announced a week ago, it would have been within the April timeframe that he said, but Nintendo put it out 1 week about, not even a full 7 days after April ended, because we were just in April as of the time that I'm recording this video and everything. We were just in April, so we missed it barely. Obviously, they probably had plans to maybe have it in April, but change things up, or maybe he just kind of just missed it. He was off by that. But everything else that he said in the Nate the Hate podcast, he got right. He said that it's going to have very impressive graphics. It definitely does. He said it's going to have online multiplayer. It absolutely does. And he said it's going to be June on the release date, and it is definitely June on the release date. So he was spot on with 3 out of 4 things. That's still really good when it comes to it. So that's got a lot of people thinking, man, that Ocarina of Time remake could look absolutely incredible as well, based on what they plan to do with that. Now, I want to get into another thing here, because we have some more footage that was outside of the Star Fox Direct, and that is Star Wolf and his crew and what's going on there. So over on Twitter, Solid Skulls put up this post and says the website even has their Japanese voices too. Jotaro O'Donnell and Andrew Kamado, LOL. So yes, the voices definitely seem similar here. Let's take a look at this.
させるかよ、スターフォックス。アンドルフ様のご命令だ。痛めつけても構わんとさ。元気そうやな、ペッピー。アンドルフ様の敵は私の敵だ。
Definitely great to hear the Japanese voices, and I've never played Star Fox with the Japanese voices. I've always used English for Star Fox, but this is going to be the game where I decide to finally go with the Japanese voice language. Maybe not on my first playthrough, but definitely a second playthrough. I'm gonna go through maybe even expert mode and have those Japanese voices because it sounds really good. Like the tone and texture of the voice is phenomenal in this Japanese voice acting, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be good in English too. I just want to experience everything this game has to offer. Back in the day on the N64, I played Star Fox 64 so much, I kind of knew the game left, right, up and down, back and forth, like everything. I knew everything about this game, so I want to kind of do the same here. But what I do love that they've added in is all of the extra modes. I think that the challenge mode, the online mode, some of the expert stuff that you can do as well, how there's multiple different difficulties for the challenge mode, the mouse mode, all of that stuff's going to be really fun, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be some hidden secrets here and there when it comes to what you can do in this game, what you see in this game, potentially even new endings. I think the cutscenes just look incredible. I want to give Nintendo just some super props for that initial or prologue cutscene with James McCloud and kind of what happened there. That sets the tone for the game. You can tell, man, based off of that cutscene, they're gonna have some other crazy stuff. Once again, they say never before seen. You even see little things like Fox and Falco playing chess against each other. The mission briefing stuff is really cool. Before, it was just a screen with all of the different squares and them just talking, and now it's actually like a massive cutscene within the ship and everything. It looks really cool. It just looks really cool. Not perfect. Like I said, it would have been great if there would have been a big brand new game to get people excited in that type of way. I understand how some of the designs for some people could be a bit off, but I think overall with the game, if you're just looking at it from a pure scope and scale of Star Fox, if they were going to do something to bring it back to the modern day and bring out something that was safe and people are going to like pretty much no matter what when it comes to the gameplay, I think Star Fox 64 is that game. Some people were asking me on Twitter, well, why not Star Fox Assault? That game had so many cool ideas and stuff that they can do. And yeah, Star Fox Assault is really awesome. It was poorly received at launch and it sold poorly, but I think that over time, people definitely warmed up to the game and people feel differently about Star Fox Assault now than they did 20 something years ago when it came out. But I think that the problem with Star Fox Assault and some of the ideas in there is that making that type of game on the Nintendo Switch 2, they probably have to invest a lot more money and it take a lot more time to get something like that done and get it done right, because you have full on ground combat in third person shooting style, and you also have on ship combat with your fighter in the multiplayer. So getting something like that or evolving that type of gameplay definitely would be a whole other beast in its own right. And I think after the fact that Star Fox Assault, Star Fox Zero, Star Fox Command, all of these games, even Star Fox Adventure, all kind of low-key flopped in comparison to reviews and sales compared to Star Fox 64. I think Nintendo said after all of this time, we haven't had too much success with Star Fox. Let's go ahead and bring back the best game and the best possible visual presentation when it comes down to it and introduce people to the best Star Fox and just kind of start over and then rebuild from there. I think we're going to get a Star Fox 2. I think we're going to get a next Star Fox. They're going to use the same engine. They're going to use very similar character models and things like that and just do little refinements and improvements within the game, and they're going to make something new in the future. I know some people were thinking, oh, well, there's like another rumor of another Star Fox game coming. I'm not believing those rumors. Nate didn't say anything about that. So if I were you guys, I wouldn't take anything to that. I think they're looking at this game and saying, okay, let's see what this game does, and then we could potentially build from there. We need to know who's developing this game. People think that maybe it's Retro Studios. Maybe. We don't know who's developing it. Is it Bandai Namco helping out to develop with this? Is this a collaboration between multiple studios with Nintendo? We're going to have to wait and see when it comes down to that. But I think that, like I said, overall, I'm just excited to have Star Fox back in a different way. I'm excited to have Star Fox back with new content, new things to kind of look and add to the lore and what they do. Like I said, not perfect by any means. I get some of the criticism and everything, but at the same time, you know, I have my own criticism when it comes to Star Fox 64, again, in that type of way. Although it's been quite some time, obviously a decade since Star Fox Zero, and that's like a reimagining thingy with bad controls. Some people like the controls, some people don't. So we haven't really had that true, real remake of a Star Fox 64 in a modern sense. They were going through Command, they were going through Assault, they were going through Adventures and different things in that meantime. Then it's just been dead for quite some time. Even before Zero came out, they skipped the whole gen with the Wii. They didn't have anything there. They had a DS game with Command, but they didn't have anything with the Wii. So I think that this should be a litmus test for the new fans, people that went out there and watched Star Fox in the Mario Galaxy movie, and just people just in general that just missed it. If you're younger and you didn't grow up with Star Fox 64 or have no idea what it is, most people have never played the Star Fox games. Most people have never played Star Fox on the Super Nintendo or Star Fox on the N64. So I think that's kind of where they're going with this. A safe bet, but at the same time, a good bet, because it is Star Fox 64. That game is awesome, and they did do a great job visually when it comes to the detail of the graphics, the water, everything like that, the voice acting. That all seems on point and very nice. So I'm excited to kind of delve and dig more into it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But what do you guys think when it comes to Star Fox for the Nintendo Switch 2? Are you upset? Are you not? Do you like the style? Do you don't? Let me know everything that you think in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out my other Nintendo Switch 2 RPG content and more right here on screen. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.